Iron Horse Cinema was a true short film master back in the day, especially for the games plus horror games, such as Tattletale, The Joy of Creation, or even Undertale, and especially Five Nights at Freddy's. Purple Guy series and Cold Storage Video was a true success for their channel. The fake trailers were all around the internet, rumors of a FNaF 5 coming soon, or even the teaser, a brand new teaser about a monstrous Freddy, was enough for people to start developing live-action films about missing kids and all the mysteries surrounding it. But even though today I'm going to talk about this forgotten series that had gotten me and many other people back in the day think Freddy's was a real place and it got burnt down, there is also this movie that creeped me out and I don't see people mentioning it often. The movies of Silver Blade were kind of fine, I guess. Of course, minus a 12-year-old skills of developing a movie. I myself also have interest in movies, short films, so I get that. But the most professional one I've ever seen was a Grab a Half's Happiest Day short film about how Purple Guy started murdering children. It was probably because of insurance money and probably to take over the restaurant. It was a real selfish villain that scared me and acted like a perfect psychopath as an owner. And this movie made everything believable. I mean, only with a puppet and a Freddy mask, everything was perfect for this movie. The Happiest Day sections were there, the puppet murder was mentioned briefly, and the movie also follows the direction of the puppet and the Purple Guy and how the two interact with each other almost within months or years. The mention of this grandfather clock ticking, chiming, and also the song is perfect for 2015 short films about Five Nights at Freddy's. It was truly scary. Everything aside, let's start off with the most famous video.
Hi, I'm Freddy Fazbear and
the Freddy Fazbear's Pizza commercial. This one stuck. This commercial stuck with me. The commercial starts with a red-suited man, which some people assume to be the Purple Guy, named Freddy Fazbear. Ronnie Giles, the actor, also had passed away in 2016, unfortunately. And there are now actually 3 or 4 videos about this series, starting with the commercial, like I said. They have indeed used the Splinks models, very old models from SFM or Blender. They do look a lot cheesy in the commercial. There is no Foxy, only the main band present, and the whole place looks like a theme park other than a regular pizzeria like Showbiz. They probably tried to implement the Italian pizzeria vibe by giving Freddy Fazbear the name of the owner, Freddy Fazbear, and that is actually kinda nice. We also find out Freddy Fazbear is not a very good and honest person, as we've seen in the behind-the-scenes sections. He announces the pizzeria is getting a new reopening in May 13th in Chattanooga, Tennessee, between a shopping center or something like that. So there are plenty of missing children. Freddy Fazbear might have also been related with the Mafia. Now you know better. The next video's about the William portrayals and cold storage, so I want to give you my thoughts about the cold storage. It starts off with Ricky making love to Vicky, as they're both having fun and spooky time at a cold storage where Freddy and his friends are located after a reorganization is starting. The animatronic becomes alive, only the Freddy one. It becomes active, kills Ricky and Vicky altogether by stuffing them into the costumes. After the commercial starts, once again, we're introduced to Jay, who is going to be the watchman of the night. But in the intro section, Vicky and Ricky's remains are cleaned by men in hazmat suits, which makes our main character think this job is more than meets the eye. He needs to be there until 6 AM after the day guard leaves its place. He also gets some tips from what he calls his boss, and the day guard leaves. Until 5 AM, nothing much happens. Jay has some fun, drinks alcohol, and is happy, until Freddy gets active. No other robots are present other than him, which made me ask the question, you have a great budget, but why? Anyways, the cameras glitch out, and our guy realizes he gotta find a solution for this, and Freddy jumpscares him with his shiny, hero-blind eyes from the cameras. Amongst all the horrifying scenes, our guy has its head stuck in a Freddy head, which causes him not to be found by Freddy. This probably caused Fazbear Entertainment to make another Freddy head. However, after Jay is killed by Freddy, unlike the other victims, we don't see him scraped from the floor. We see 2 employees talking about a delivery to the grand reopening of the Freddy's location, setting up the new movie, and the commercial, which was probably gonna be about FNaF 2 in May 13th, but ended up being about FNaF 3. Building going up in flames. The date is old, and The timeline is too complicated, with no scenario or no continuation at all, so judging by each video, we cannot make a definite timeline of events. But I'm here to just comment on them. So, the FNaF 3 Fire Report video introduced us Michelle Schmidt, a reporter probably related to Mike Schmidt, being at the scene of Fazbear's Fright fire, opened with the unsolved mysteries of Freddy's. The chief of firefighters believe it was about arson. There were plenty of horrifying noises that were coming from the building, indicating Foxy and many other animatronics are still inside after the events of cold storage, and what has happened beforehand. The video showed us the flames, the video showed Terry Carter, a passerby, and a witness, a woman, thinking there were noises coming from the building, which is weird because Purple Guy is still active during this period and he shows up in the footage. Anyways, the video then continues with the disappearance of 2 children. The portrayal of William Afton and the performance of Dan Berkey is perfect for me. The depiction they caught for this second game's killer in this live-action saga is magnificent. Thinking about it now, I think this might be one of the best fan-made depictions of Purple Guy we have gotten in years, including Peter from Hidden Lore, the Purple Guy of creepypasta that you can watch from here. And of course, if you want more of these videos, you can also subscribe and like the video. Let's move on. The acting of this Purple Guy doesn't just creep you out, but his depictions of child murder, his looks, can only match with a psychotic child murderer gone mad. He doesn't look intelligent, he doesn't look like a technician, he just looks evil and mysterious. During the fire at Fazbear's Fright, or what is referred as Freddy's in the Purple Guy tapes, when he was caught, the reason he was taken to custody was that he kidnapped 2 children, Seth and Thomas. They were the very 2 brothers tied in his car. You can also see glimpses of Springtrap, with Foxy Freddy or Golden Freddy surviving the fire. Ghost children are also interacting with the camera footage. I don't even know what they were trying to do when they have made Springtrap a different character than Purple Guy, but in the future, back in 2018, when everything had gotten another sequel, they might have decided on a Michael Afton storyline for this saga, which eventually got cancelled and the series left us with interview videos. These interviews also show a description of this Purple Guy. So, in the first footage, he's taken freshly to custody. We learn that he sees animatronics as his
Foxy, Chica, Bonnie, Freddy.
friends and uses a pizza party metaphor when talking about murdering children. Even though nothing much is revealed in the first episode, the second and third gives us a background story for Purple Guy. The detective in the second episode referred to him with his real name.
How are you, William? William? That's your name, isn't it? William Afton?
And after police made an investigation about this mysterious man in the year 1993, he is indeed revealed to be William Afton. And this time he was arrested coincidentally, and the backpack of them were discovered in his car. It was like Purple Guy was the suspect. He is related to Freddy's and a company called Afton Robotics too. It is heavily implied his son had suffered an injury and he declined paying the child custody. He neglects his own children, and when his name and his family is brought up, his sinister gaze looks like he's about to show up and tell a story with a different plan. He's not just insane, he's intelligent. He thinks about the Billy scenario. These tapes show us a description of what murdering children for years can do to a person. In this series, in 1993 probably, William Afton character was 63 years old and his son was still in a coma after some kind of accident which left our character in a weirder situation. The lore I've pieced together with these videos might be wrong, but I do have some theories. First of all, with all this in mind, he kills the detective woman. Her name was Detective Jansen. She not only questioned William about murdering children, but she also did question him about why he neglected his family so much. Seth and Thomas were not discovered, and somehow William ran away after a video has been found in his house. The video that gave lots of us the creeps back in the day, where William talks about all the things he had done at Freddy's, how he saved the children, how he threw a pizza party, and how he took them outside of Freddy's and killed them, turning them into his evil creations, somehow with Afton Robotics. There needed to be another saga that will continue this, but no, it just stopped. From all what we know, the man in the commercial was the owner of the establishment, Freddy Fazbear. He really did have a weird name, and he opened Freddy's with William Afton. We don't know if William was responsible of building animatronics, but we can say William had multiple children, and he didn't have the full custody of them. William's youngest son is then left in coma, as we can see in the Don't Cry video. He is attacked by nightmare animatronics. He probably did suffer an accident. The kid's in a coma, perhaps again by his older brother, or perhaps he just got bitten and has nothing to do with FNaF 4 minigames. He's in a vicious cycle, enduring the night full of same animatronics over and over again until one day William decided he wanted to do something. He might be poor, he might just neglect his children, but he holds his son's hand. So he might have gone insane at this point. He might have gone insane before his child's death. Either way, he might have different reasons for murders. He lured the children out of the pizzeria and put them into 4 vengeful animatronics, we know. Or maybe Golden Freddy, but there's still no mention of Golden Freddy, but he is probably in Fazbear's Fright building, so we don't know. But after the missing kids incident, the animatronics will be sent to a cold storage where they will be looked out by security guards, and some of them were dead. Some of those guards have been murdered specifically by Freddy, and some of them almost survived. I can say that for sure. Jay almost survived, but he got killed. So Fazbear Entertainment had a grand solution. A Freddy mask, leading up to the placement of another Five Nights at Freddy's game, the second game. After everything that happened throughout the series, William was either trying to collect money after he neglected his children to do his work, or he just started enjoying it more after his son being inside a coma. Or maybe, just maybe, he just said fantasy and fun come to life when mentioning where missing kids went.
Fantasy and fun.
This will all be speculation, so for now, Billy and William and Freddy's story is finished for Iron Horse Cinema, and I don't know if it will go on or not, but in a short film not full of proper animatronic models, the story is almost impressive, but of course it's broken. The scenarios aren't fully done, but the acting, the placements, everything was impressive and realistic. They did have a really great budget, so perhaps I would cover them more briefly in the future, but perhaps I don't. Perhaps in another video, just briefly, the Joy of Creation video, or anything related to Five Nights at Freddy's about Iron Horse Cinema, or maybe Tattletale. We can look at that. As always, for today, I'm just hiding behind the veil,